42 students are present. I think this is the last class for this week, means online class. Next week onwards, we will having the offline classes. Already, you know that from Monday onwards, you will be having mid exams. After completion of your mid exams, in our regular lab timetables, we will having the AutoCAD mid exam. Okay. Now for the A section, I think Monday or Tuesday we have mid exam. Sorry, lab means next week Monday or Tuesday you will having the this one mid of engineering graphics. Okay, suppose I'll check it here. A section logo, different logo we have to. Sometimes we are, if you have timetable you can check it. Okay, next week. Okay, and the last class, I think we completed this. Did I finish this involutes in your last class? Anyone can respond? Did I finish this
No, sir.
involutes?
No, sir.
Okay, involutes. And the cycloids, hypocycloid and involutes? Hypocycloid? What about hypocycloid? Epicycloid, I think you finished it. Hypocycloid?
Sir, cycloid and epicycloid completed just.
Okay, hypocycloid and involutes. Okay. Listen here, in a hypocycloid, here no need to remember this hypocycloidal curve. If you know about the epicycloidal curve, okay? Epicycloidal curve means whenever the rolling circle rolls on the another circle, nothing but our directing circle, then you will get one curve. That one cycloid, that is our epicycloid. Same way, whenever the rolling circle rolls inside the directing circle, we will get the hypocycloid. Here, see the question number 17. Draw a hypocycloid. Sometimes this sentence won't be there. Hypocycloid word will not be there. Draw a curve of a circle of diameter 50 mm, which rolls inside. You have to observe these two terminologies, inside and here is outside. Now, inside a circle of diameter 180 mm. And one more point here, by reading the question means from the data, from the given data in the question, based on that you can identify whether it's ellipse or cycloid, epicycloid or hypocycloid. So epicycloid and hypocycloid, you will get two diameters, but one thing is inside or outside. Based on that also you can conclude. But a cycloid and epi and hypocycloid means in a cycloid you will get only one data, that is our rolling circle diameter data. But in a epicycloid and hypocycloid you will get two diameters. One is rolling circle diameter, one is directing circle diameter. Okay, one is 50 mm, one is 180 mm. But where it is inside or outside, it is inside, means hypocycloid. Outside, epicycloid. That's why don't remember any this thing, hypocycloid. Just remember epicycloid. Epicycloid means the rolling circle rolls on the another circle. Then you will get one curve. That is our epicycloidal curve. Outside, instead of outside, if you keep inside, it's a hypocycloid. Okay. Now the diameters are 50 mm diameter and 180 mm diameter. Now how to draw? Yeah, AutoCAD. But already I told you that just select the line. Select the line command. Select the line command. Just draw one rough line. Okay. Draw a rough line with some length. Okay. Then the directing circle diameter is 180. Okay. Directing circle diameter is 180 they have given here. Directing circle diameter is 180 mm for one revolution. Diameter wise you have to select. Go here, circle, select center and diameter, and we have center somewhere here. This is your center, and diameter is 180. Done. I got directing circle with the center. Next, rolling circle having 50 mm. But here diameter method they have given. But which method I have to select from the circle? Whether center and radius, center and diameter, or 2-point method? Tell me anyone. Now I want to draw the directing rolling circle diameter 50 mm. But which option I want to select? Center or radius, center or diameter, or 2-point or 3-point? Which one I want to select?
2 point.
Someone said, pardon please. Once again.
2 point, sir.
2-point method. Why? Because if you select center and radius, we don't have the center. Okay, we don't have we have center. Suppose center and radius. I will select this one as my center. Okay, otherwise I will select this one as my center. Then our problem will goes wrong. That's why we don't have center here. That's why we have to select 2-point method. Select 2-point method. Select first point on the circle, and the rolling circle rolling inside, na? That's why you have to draw inside. If it is outside, you can draw here. Okay, same method. Inside, how much it is? 50 mm diameter. Done. Then excess line, this excess line you can trim. You can remove this excess line. Okay, then draw one more line on this lower circle. Draw one more line on this circle. Okay. Then go for polar array. You have to divide the circle into 8 divisions. Polar array. That's why observe here clearly. We drawn the circle inside the directing circle. If it is epicycloid outside, procedure will be same. Then polar array, select the line, press enter, select the midpoint of the circle, means small circle midpoint, then change the items as 8. Already I told you that minimum 8 we need. Okay, 8 divisions. Done. Okay. After this completion of 8 divisions, what you have to do means, in a cycloid means, after dividing the circle, you will draw horizontal line from the base point. Then you will draw all parallel lines for the baseline from all the divisions, from the circumference points. Okay, that is the procedure. Now here we don't have the length, we have arc here, right? Because 2 circles radius we have arc. For that, what you have to do? You have to draw the arcs from the directing circle center. That's why select center and radius method. Select the center, okay, and radius. This is the first radius. Okay. Next, same center, center, and radius. Same procedure, center, radius. Means from each division, you have to draw the arcs. But if it is in a cycloid, we are drawing horizontal lines. I think, do you remember that? In a cycloid, we are drawing a horizontal line. Now here it is epicycloid and hypocycloid, you have to draw the line arcs for the center also. But in a cycloid, you are drawing axis line, horizontal line. Here, you have to draw the arc. Okay. And then next difference, in a cycloid, no need to find out any angle, any inclinations. Okay. Just we know the distance, means length of the line, pi into d, to 157. Now here we don't have the length. That's why we have to find out the angle, theta. What is the formula for theta? Simple. Capital R by small r into 360 degrees, or capital D by small d into 360 degrees. Theta is equal to. Now in this case, you will get capital R as 90, small r as 25. 90 by 25 into 360 degrees. You will get 100 degrees radius. 100 degrees you will get inclination. Okay, you have to draw the 100 degrees inclination line. For that, you can go for line command. You can use the line command. Suppose if you use line command, you will start from here. Okay, from this point you have to draw the 100 degrees. But now this is, it will move in an anti-clockwise direction. how much you have to take? 80. Total 90. Now, if you take 80, tab and give 80 degrees. Okay. Now, if you observe between these two, you will get 100 degrees with the line command. Okay. Suppose if you want to go for rotation command, you can use rotation command. Suppose rotation command, select the rotate option, select the baseline, press enter, pick the base point, okay, then go for copy and then give -100. You will get the line. Both you can use the line method or rotation method also you can use. Then after that, you have to remove unwanted arcs. Select all and remove. Then select this total cycloid and go for rotation. Go for rotation means just keep that in a some position, that's it, particular position. Select and rotate. Pick this point and place it. Okay. These were base curve. For getting this one, we are practice like that. Okay. Then from the center of the rolling circle, you drawn one arc. Okay. But this arc, if you observe, it is from the circumference. You have to remove this part, this small area. Right? Because you need the axis line from the center to the end point. Now, what is the next procedure? You have to divide this line into 8 segments. Why? Because we made the circle into 8 segments. Go for division command, select divide, select the object, give 8 segments and enter. Okay. Now, after making 8 segments, I am not getting the points. What I have to do? PD mode. Type PD mode in the command prompt, enter, give some value. I am giving 3. Okay. Now I got the point. Suppose if you want to increase the size of the point, PD size you have to type. Suppose you want to change your point style, P type, point type. You can change or you can give point at a point type. You can increase the size of the point. You can change the shape of the point also. Now you can, if you see here, point size is 5. Okay. If you want to change this point size, you can change it. Okay. Then press OK, or you can change the point style also. Okay. This is PT means point type. Then after this, you have to go for notations. You have to give some notations. Now, which one is your base point? The outer circle is your directing circle. This is your rolling circle. Contact surface is here. That's why this is your P point. P means base point always at contact. This is your P point. Now tell me, now the circle is rolling inside the directing circle in a clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. Now this is my directing circle. This is my rolling circle. Tell me in the directing circle, my rolling circle is rolling in an anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction? Tell me.
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise direction. Okay, good. How means it is anti-clockwise direction? How I want to take the notations? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise, reverse direction. That's why don't confuse here. Just opposite. Now the circle means directing rolling circle is rolling anti-clockwise direction. Now you have to take the notations clockwise direction. Okay. Then where my points? Point starts from here. This is my first point. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Sorry. This is 2. Later we will erase it. This is 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now there is a PQ. Suppose there is PQ point. There is O point. Done. You have to give the notations opposite direction for the rotation of the rolling circle. Rolling circle is rolling clockwise. You have to give anti-clockwise notations. Okay. After this, same procedure you can follow. You can go with the center circle method, or you can go with the arc method. Now, arc size or circle size will be same. That's why you can go with copy option. Select this circle center and shift this center from C1. Now this is C2. This is C3. C4. That's it. Up to 4 points. 4 points are enough. Then we can go for the mirror option. Now this is my first circle. First circle intersecting the first line. Where it is? Here. Here it is intersecting. That's why I will make 1 point. PO. And pick the point. Delete the circle. Next. Second circle is this. Second point is second point. Where it is intersecting? Somewhere here. This is your intersection point. PO. Whenever you are giving points or finding the midpoints, end points and all, just zoom out and do it. Next, third point. This is third circle. Third circle, third line is here. Point. PO. Point. Now delete this. Fourth line, automatically fourth point will be here. This is your fourth point. Delete. Then with the circle method means you can easily draw, if it is 12 divisions or 8 divisions also, you can draw the points. Suppose if you don't have the time, just at least draw the 3 points, then go for the spline. Use spline curve. From where you have to start? From the base. Base point is our P. Now this is your P1. Okay. This is your P2. Now this is your P3. Now this is your P4. Okay. Then close the curve. Then use the mirror command. Select. Go for mirror option. Select the base point and pick the center. Center of the directing circle. Done. Okay. Now you got the arc. This is hypocycloid. Okay. This is your hypocycloid. Then you have to draw the tangent and normal also. Now here see tangent and normal, and draw tangent and normal to the hypocycloid at a point 50 mm from the center of the directing circle. 50 mm from the center of the directing circle. Now this is your center of the directing circle, this O point. From here you have to take 50, means radius 50. Take, or you can go with the arc also. Select and give radius 50. Okay. Where it is intersecting? Somewhere here. This is your point. You make 1 point. This is the base point. Then remove the circle. You got 1 point, that is your R point. From R, again you have to draw the circle with the radius, the circular diameter. This R point as your center. R point as center. How much? 50 mm diameter. Then this circle will intersect the axis line somewhere here. This is your point. Go with point. Okay. This is your point. From this point, you have to draw 1 line. From this point, you have to draw the line towards directing circle center. Okay. Now you can erase this circle. Okay. Draw 1 line. Okay. From this, if you observe here, where is the baseline? Actually, if it is cycloid or epicycloid, you are drawing the line up to the baseline. But here, baseline is at the top portion. We are not drawn yet. That's why you have to extend this line up to the base point. You have to extend this line up to the base point. Okay. This is your line. From this point, this is your end point. From this end point, you have to draw 1 line through R. Nothing but it is your normal. This is your normal line. Extend it. This is your normal line. 90 degrees to this normal, you will get the tangent. That's it. Base point is here and go for copy and give 90. Okay. Now you can erase this line. If you want, you can erase. Otherwise, you can keep it like this. One is normal. This is your tangent. This is your curve. Go for bilayer. Okay. Okay. Now you above portion, the above curve, the PQ is our baseline. That's why you have to draw the line up to the base point, baseline, base curve. Suppose in a cycloid, baseline is at the bottom. That's why from the axis, you are drawing the vertical line towards the base. Means up to the base, you are drawing one vertical line. If it is epicycloid, it is below. Means rolling circle is rolling above the directing circle. Means your base circle is at the bottom. That's why again you are drawing the line towards the baseline at the bottom. But now here the baseline is at the top. That's why you have to draw the line up to the top line. Means after outer curve, that is PQ curve. From there means you will get end point on the curve. From there you have to draw one line through R point, that is your normal. 90 degrees to this normal, you will get the tangent. Suppose, for example, if they said draw, just I will copy this. Just suppose you don't have this tangent on normal, curve also not highlighted. Okay, you have curve like this. Okay, you don't have the time, but they are asking tangent and normal. But in the question, they said that draw a line, assume a point on the cycloid, on the hypocycloid. Select any point on the hypocycloid and draw the tangent and normal. Like that they said. Which point you will select for tangent and normal on the hypocycloid. But within a one step, you have to complete the diagram. Within a one step, you have to draw the tangent and normal. For that, which point you can select on the hypocycloid? Tell me anyone. Which point I will select in this hypocycloid? That point has to complete. By selecting that point, we have to complete tangent and normal within a one step. Choose one point. Which point you will choose on the cycloid, on the hypocycloid? Tell me anyone. Which point I want to select? If I want to complete the tangent and normal within a one step.
P4.
P4, very good. If you select P4, what else? Already you know the line. That's why select the point and draw one line, vertical line, means inclined line up to the center, and just extend this line. You are not following any procedure, just you are drawing one line and you are extending this line. Okay, then you are using the rotation. You are using the rotation option. Select this point. Point must be here. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Just now power cut happened. That's why internet failure. Okay. Now see, with the one step, I have drawn the tangent and normal. Now this is my tangent and normal. Okay. This is also my tangent, tangent and normal, and I will go with the bilayer. Okay. Select this. Now, means when you have to do like that, Two ways, two methods. First one is if they won't mention the distance from the center of the directing circle for finding the tangent and normal. If they won't give, just simply they are saying just draw the tangent and normal on the curve by draw the tangent and normal by selecting any point on the curve, any point on the hypocycloid. If this case, you can draw like this. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the time, you can draw. But if you try this one in the mid exams, I won't accept. I will put zero. Okay, if it is for the end exams, no problem. Why? Because end exams are corrected by some other people. Okay, here mid exams also corrected by some other people, but they won't accept. If corrected by outside people means at least they will consider. Okay, no problem. He drawn some tangent and normal. Very wisely, he thought that he taken the P4 point and he drawn the tangent and normal, whatever it is. At least we will give 1 mark instead of cutting 3 marks. He will give 1 mark or 2 marks. Means you are gaining 1 or 2 marks. Suppose they given some value, you don't know, our time is not there. That's why I left, sir. If you left unnecessarily, you are losing the 1 or 2 marks. Okay. And one more thing is, those who are submitted the assignments, for them only I will give the marks, assignment marks. For remaining students will get 0. Okay. Now your end exam, your mid exam consists of 20. To 8 marks. That's why I need to get 8 marks. It's not like that. It's a based on your problem. Suppose you have drawn everything perfect, okay, you will get 10 marks. But due to a late submission, I will give 8 marks. Like that, suppose if you will get exactly 8 marks due to late submission, I will reduce 1 or 2 marks. Suppose it nothing submitted, you will get 0. Okay. This is your hypocycloid, hypocycloidal curve. Okay. Next, after this, we have one topic in the second unit, that is involutes. Okay. Involutes. What is the involute? What is the definition of this involute? Means whenever, for example, whenever you are rolling one thread, you are rolling one piece of thread on the circular object or on the polygon. After means you are tightening the thread after rolling, after wounding on the circular object on the polygon, you are holding tightly for some time. After that, one end of the thread you are unfolding, one side of the thread you are holding tightly, same on the circular object. Then whatever the curve shape, whatever the shape of the thread you will get, that is our involute. Not only the circular object, you can go with the polygon also. That's why parallelly I will explain here polygon and circle. Okay. First circular object, if you observe here, circular object, involutes, draw the involute of a circle of diameter 50 mm. Draw the involute of a circle of diameter 50 mm. Means circular object. Now I will select one circle, center and diameter, draw a circle and draw with a 50 mm. Okay. Now after this, what is the main beauty of this AutoCAD is, with the one step you can divide the lines and you can draw the parallel lines also. Suppose in the involutes, how to draw this involute means we have one procedure. First, you have to draw the circle. Okay. Then you have to divide this circle into minimum 8 equal parts. You can go 12 also, no problem. You can go 10 also. Then after this, you have to draw the horizontal line. After drawing horizontal line, this is pi into d. After drawing horizontal line from each division, suppose this is P. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose from this 1, 5, you have to draw one more perpendicular line like this. Perpendicular. Okay. Here also perpendicular.
The
For
screen is not visible, sir.
screen is not visible. Now it is okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
I think you missed this topic also, na? Hypocyclide. Okay. Next, involutes. For involute, first you have to draw the circle, and then you have to divide the circle into 8 equal parts. Then you have to draw one horizontal line, baseline PQ, which is 157 pi into d. Then from the each division of the circle, you have to draw one perpendicular line. Suppose this is 5, 1 and 5. For that you have drawn one perpendicular line. Now it is 2 and 6. For this also you have to draw one perpendicular line. For this 3 and 7, you have to draw the perpendicular line. For this 4 also you have to draw one perpendicular line. Like this, you have to draw the perpendicular lines from the each division. From the each division, you have to draw the perpendicular line in the involute case. But in AutoCAD, within a one step, you can draw the perpendicular lines and divisions also. That's why what you have to do after drawing the circle, just draw a line from the midpoint, to the base. Okay. Then again draw one horizontal line, which is pi into d, 157. Okay. Then join these two lines first. Join these two lines. Okay. Now these two lines become a single entity. Join these two lines. Then go for the polar array. Polar array. Select the line. Press enter. Pick the midpoint of the circle and give eight segments. Okay. Now you can see here. Within a one step, you have drawn all divisions in the circle and perpendicular lines also you have drawn. If it is manual, it's not possible. You have to draw the circle first, then you have to divide the circle into 8 parts, then you have to draw the perpendicular lines from the each division. Now in this case, you can draw perpendicular lines and divisions at a single stretch. Okay. Then go for explore. Why? Because we need to divide this horizontal line into number of equal parts. But now you are using the polar array. That's why you can't divide this single line, this horizontal line. That's why first you have to go for
Explode.
ungrouping. Explode. Yeah, ungrouping nothing but explode. Explode. Then this also again you have to explode. Why? Because we made these two lines a single entity. Okay. Now go for division. Select the line and go for 8 segments. Why? Because we made circle into 8 divisions. Now go for the notations. Now starting point is here. That is your P. Now this one is your 1 dash. This is 2 dash. This is 3 dash. Now 4 dash. 5 dash. 6 dash. 7 dash. 8 dash are Q. Okay. Now this one will be your 1. This is your second point. This is your third point. This is your fourth point. This is your fourth. This is your fifth. Here is sixth. It is 7. Okay. Now You made the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 dash, 2 dash like that. Okay. After that, here no need to go with the clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction, but we have to draw the perpendicular lines. Now for the P, we have drawn one perpendicular line. For 1 also you have drawn perpendicular line first. That's why we made this one as 1. For this, we drawn one perpendicular line. That's why we made this one as 2. Why? Because the thread is tightly means folded here and unfolded here. Okay, that's why we are starting from here. That's why we are taking 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, clockwise direction. Okay, here the circle is not rolling anyway. Why? Because circle is fixed. Just thread is unwounding. Okay. Now, what is the procedure? We have two methods here. One is circle method. One is length method. Suppose find out first length from P to find out the length from P to 1 dash. How much it is? 19.63. What is the use of this length means? Now you have to take P1 dash as a radius, P1 dash as a radius, 1 as a center. You have to cut the arc. You have to cut the line. Now I will use the circle and radius method. Center is here. This is my center. And radius how much? 19.63. Okay, enter. This circle intersect this line somewhere here. That is my point, P1. Here we don't have any option to go for the mirror. To use the mirror option. Okay, just select the circle and shift this circle center from 1 to 2. Now the radius will be changed. It's not 19.61. What is this 2 point means? P2 dash as a radius, 2 as a center, you have to cut it. Now there is P1 dash radius, but you have to convert into P2 dash. P2 dash radius also you have to identify. Just measure it. Just drag and place it here. How much it is? 39.25. 39.25 mm you have to take and you have to change the value here from that second point. 39.25. Okay. Now this center, this from second point you have drawn one circle. The circle intersects or bisects the second line at this point. You have to make one point over there. Take the point. This is your P2. Okay. Again, select the center. Again, select the center and change the center from 2 to 3. Change the center from 2 to 3. Then again, you have to change the radius also. From where, how much radius you have to select? P to P3 dash. Okay, P to 3 dash. First measure P to 3 dash radius and then take it. 58.88. Now select the line, select the circle. Okay, just click it and move right side and give the value. 58.88. Okay, done. Now this third point. Where is the third point? Here. Make the point. Now this is the point. Again, shift the center from 3 to 4. Same way. Sorry, these 3, these 4, 3 to 4. And again, you have to change the radius. How much now? P4 dash. You have to take P4 dash. Now we don't have any alternative method here. You have to go with 8 points. You have to go with 8 divisions. Now what is the length? 78.25. Select the circle, select the length, just move it and give 78.25. Okay, done. Now this fourth point, you will get the point somewhere here on the fourth line. These were P4. Okay, then again shift the center from 4 to 5 and change the value, radius value, how much it is. Shift the center from P to P5 dash. Okay. Now what is the value here? 98.13. Okay. Select here and move like this. How much? 98.13. Done. Now there is a 0.5. That's why you will get point on the fifth line. Nothing but this is P5. Again, change the center from 5 to 6. That's why in this case, in the involute case, you can go with the 8 divisions only. If you go with the 12 divisions, 12 points you have to find out. That's why I told you that we don't have any alternative method. We have to find out the length and we have to draw it. Now, select the circle and move it and give how much it is 117.75. 117.75. Okay. Enter. Now there is 6 point. That sixth line, where it is intersecting, somewhere here. Make the point. This is my point. Okay. Again, change the center from 6 to 7. Next, find out the value from P to 7 dash. 8 dash will be same as it is. That's why P to 7 dash, how much? 137. Select the circle and move. Give 137.38. Is it 38? 38. 38. Enter. Now you will get the point somewhere here. Go with point. For the involute, that too circular object, circular shape, you don't have any option. You have to find out all the points. P8 means PQ means same you will get. Then go with spline, take spline fit, select the point from the base, this is your base point from P, this is your P1, P2, okay. Like that you have to join all the points. Now P3, P4, P5, P6, join all the points with the spline fit. P7 and P8. After selecting end point, just move the cursor and press enter button. This is your involute. Okay. But same involute, if they will ask about the polygon, how to draw it. See, for the polygon means it's very easy. Go here, draw tools, drawing commands, polygon, select number of sides. I will solve. Okay. First, I will take a triangle, 3 sides, press enter, and don't select the center of the polygon. Just go with the edge method. Select edge method. It is available in a command prompt. Select edge method, pick the point, and give the value. Auto on, give the value. Suppose it is 30. Okay. Your triangle is 30, polygon. Same, I will go with another polygon. So the polygon side is, how many sides you will take? Suppose 4 sides, 4, enter. Go with edge method. Select any one point and give again 30. Okay. Then one more polygon. Go with the polygon. Okay. Select 5 sides, enter. Go with the edge method. Select somewhere here. Move the cursor. Select somewhere here and give 30. Okay. I drawn 3 polygons. One is triangle, one is square, one is pentagon. Now, same way for the circle, we are identifying the circumference length, pi into d. Now here, you have to select the sides, number of sides. The point, base point will be same. Draw one line from the base point. Okay. How much length you have to draw? If it is circle, pi into d, circumference length. If it is polygon, number of sides. It's based on the number of sides. Now, how many sides this polygon having? 3 sides. 3 into side length. Side length is 30. 3 into 30, you will get 90. 90 mm length you have to draw. Okay. After this, what is the procedure? You have to divide that pi into d length. Means 157 mm length. You are making into 8 divisions. Here also you have to make the line into 3 divisions. Why? Because our polygon having 3 sides. That's why based on the number of sides, you have to go for the division. Select the line and go for number of divisions 3 segments. Okay. Same for the square also. How much I want to take here? My base point is here. How much length I want to take? Tell me anyone. How much length I want to take?
157.
1?
157, sir.
It's not a circle, Anna. It's a polygon.
120.
120 means number of sides. 4 sides. Each side length 30. Okay, 120. That's why I am taking 3 polygons. This is 120. Why 120? Each side is 30. How many sides we have? 4. 30 into 4, 120 length. Then this length of the line, we have to go with 4 divisions only. We have to make this line 4 divisions only. Why? Because our polygon having only 4 sides, 4 divisions. Same for the pentagon. How many sides? Pentagon having, how many sides it's having?
5,
5 sides. How much length I want to take? 5 into
50.
5 into 30, 150. Okay, done. Then this 150 length, I want to make 5 divisions. Why? Because it is polygon. Sorry, it is pentagon. Select line, I will go with 5 segments. Okay, done. Same procedure. In the cycloid here involute, you have taken the line PD, PQ as 157. Why? Because it's circumference length. But in a polygon, we have 3 sides. That's why 3 into that side length, 4 sides, 4 into that side length. Here pentagon, 5 sides, 5 into that side length. Okay. Then that length you are making into 3 divisions. Why? Because 3 sides. After that, this is a main important point. Observe here. Everyone carefully observe here. For the circle, for the cylindrical case, we have drawn the perpendicular lines from the each division. But in our polygons, we don't have the divisions. Already we have number of sides. That's why how to draw lines. Observe here. This is my P point, my base point. Okay. This is my base point. P. This is my first point. This is my second point. This one is third point. Okay. From P, I have drawn one horizontal line. Okay. From P, I have drawn one horizontal line. Likewise, I want to draw horizontal line from the point 1, from the first end. For that, what I want to do? First, I will draw one line on this. Okay. Again, I will draw one more line on this. Why? Because if you want to extend or stretch or lengthen, you can't do it. Why? Because it's a polygon. Okay. That's why I draw one line on this. What is the procedure? I want to draw the horizontal line from the end points. From P point, I have drawn one horizontal line. From first point, I want to draw one horizontal line. Just I drawn one line. I will go for lengthen. I will go with the lengthen. How much length I want to make it? It's your wish. But you can go with the particularly lengthwise. First side means it's a 30 side with 30 you can give. Okay. Now same second line. I want to lengthen this. Lengthen. Okay. Extend this. Done. See here. I have drawn horizontal line from P from 1 for 2. Now here also. Now this is my P point. This is my base point P. This is my first point 1. This is 2. This is 3. 4. Nothing but this P point again. Now before that, what I will do? I will draw one line. I will draw one line here from 2 to 1. Again I will draw one line from 3 to 2. For extending purpose, that's it. Nothing else. For extending purpose, I am drawing. I will draw one line from P to P also. Why? Because I have 3 lines. Now I have drawn one horizontal line from P. Now from 1 also, I want to draw the horizontal line. Select here. Go for lengthen. Okay. Draw the length. That's it. From 2, select this line. From 2, go for lengthen. Draw a lengthy line. Okay. Next from 3, select this end point, go for lengthen. Vertical upward. Done. Okay. Same for the pentagon also. Before that, you have to draw the lines. You have to draw the lines on this. You have to extend. First, we will practice these two. Later, you can do that. Next, what you have to do? Give the notations. This one is my 1 dash. This is my 2 dash. This is my Q. Okay. Done. Next, same procedure like our circular object. What is that step? P1 dash as a radius, 1 as center, you have cut this line. But this P1 dash length you don't know. But in the polygon, you know the P1 dash length is nothing but side length. How much it is? 30. That's why directly you can select circle and radius. Select the circle and draw the radius 30. Okay, it will cut somewhere here. Go with the point PO. Select here. Okay, then delete the circle. Next, from the point 2, go for circle and radius. Center point is your 2 point, second point, and radius will be P2 dash. What about the P2 dash length?
60.
2 sides length, 60. That's it. That is the use of in a polygons, in a polygon involutes. If it is circular means you have to find out P1 dash length, P2 dash length individually, you have to do it. If it is polygon, you know the side length. Directly you can draw with the side length. Okay. Now, here is my point. I will delete the circle. Now, same way here also I will do. With a 1 as center, I will take a center and radius method. 1 as center, and I will draw the circle. How much radius? First side, one side radius, 30.
30.
Okay. Done. This is point. Here one point. Okay. Suppose if you know very well, directly you can draw the line also. You can select the line command, select the second point. How much length? 2 sides length. 2 sides length means 60. Select the 60 mm and enter and just draw the line for identifying the end point. That's why. Okay. This is your point. PO, and you can make the point over here and you can delete this. Otherwise, you can use the circle, like the circle and radius, center and radius. Center is 3, and how many sides? 3 sides, means 90. Okay, I got the point. Point will be somewhere here. If it is fourth point, nothing but P. 4 sides, 120. Same will be there. Then, what you have to do? Just go for spline curve. Select the spline fit. Select the base point P and select the P1 out of P1, P2, P3. Okay, close the curve. Next, same, go for spline fit. Select the spline fit curve. Select the P point. Starting point is P, and your first point is this one. Second point is this P2. Next P3. Next P4. Keep the cursor and press enter. It is pentagon also same. Okay. Now this is your involute for the polygon. This is involute for your circular object. Now they will ask the tangent and normal also. Sometimes they will ask tangent and normal for the involute. How to draw the tangent and normal? Same procedure you can use. This vertical line as your normal line. You can draw one tangent line for this. If you don't have the time. If they will ask, cause 135 mm length from the center, you have to take center and start center end method, arc method, center, start end, like this you can keep 135, enter. Where it will intersect? The curve will intersect somewhere here. This is your point. Means nothing but your R point. This is your R. From R point, what you have to do? From R point, not selected exact point. This is your point. From this point, you have to draw the line. This is your R point. From here R point, you have to draw the line towards the center. Then you have to draw the semicircle or circle center and radius method. Semicircle for these points. For this you have to draw the semicircle. That semicircle will intersect the main circle, main rolling circle somewhere here. That is your point. This is your point. From this point, you have to draw one line. From this point, you have to draw the line through R point. Through this R point. Okay, nothing but this is your normal. This is your normal line. Extend it. This is your normal. 90 degrees to this normal, you will get the tangent. Already procedure, you know that. But once again, I am explaining it. Select the base point and copy U90. Okay. Now, this is your normal. This is your tangent. Where is the tangent? This is your tangent, and this is your curve. Change the color and bilayer. Now, if you want to erase this circle, you can erase this line, you can erase. Now, this is your tangent and normal. Suppose if they won't mention, just draw here. Select this vertical line as your normal and draw a horizontal line 90 degrees to that, you will get the tangent. In the maximum cases, for the polygons, they won't ask the tangent and normal. If they will ask, just draw first circle, center and radius. Center of the polygon is this one, and radius means this corner. Okay, center and radius. Center and radius. Okay, then same procedure. You have to take line or arc, center start end, center start somewhere 120. Okay, 120 means you are getting more. Okay. We'll go with 110 center, like 110. Okay, and draw the arc. We'll get 1 point. From this point to center, you have to draw one line. From this point to center, you have to draw one line. And then same, you have to draw one circle, means semicircle actually, semicircle from the center of this line. This semicircle intersect the line, means circle, somewhere here, this is your point. Okay. From this point, you have to draw one line. That's why always you have to zoom. You have to draw one line through this R point. Through this R point, nothing but your normal. This is your normal. Maximum cases they won't ask. If they ask also, you can simply use perpendicular line. Okay, P4 line or P5 line, whatever it is. Exactly vertical line you can select. Okay, go for copy, U90 degrees. Okay. Now this is your normal, this is your tangent. Okay, this is your curve. Go with different color, bilayer. Okay. Now you can erase this circle and you can erase this line. Now suppose if you don't know this procedure, then select this vertical line as your normal line and draw one perpendicular line. Means rotate. Go for rotation option. Select the base point. Select the base point. Okay. Go for copy. U90. This will be your tangent. Tangent and normal. Okay. This way you have to solve the problems, involute problems. Do you have any doubts in this? It's a number of sides. It's not 157. That's why don't stick to 157. Maybe in the question, instead of 50 mm diameter, they have given 60 mm. What you will do? You have to calculate pi into d. That's it. It's not 157. Pi is equal to 3.142. D is equal to 60. Okay? Near about 180, more than 180 you will get. That's why don't depend on 157. Always I am saying 157 means don't fix it 157. For example, I am saying, suppose whatever the dimension they will give in the question, same dimension you have to select. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask. I will be online. I will take the attendance. Someone posted. Will be online. Roll number 1 absent, 2 absent, 10 absent. 17 absent, 19 absent, 21 absent, 27 absent, 33, 34,